Here we have a new 2026 Dodge Charger. This one is a 6-pack plus. Comes in white knuckle paint, and then we have red leatherette interior. The powertrain consists of a 550 horsepower twin turbocharged inline-6 engine made with an 8-speed automatic transmission. As we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights. And even on the electric version of this car, it's just one of the best looking cars on the market, I think. They did such a good job designing this thing. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, as we come around to these wheels, these are going to be 20-inch aluminum. Like that design as well. Brembo brakes up front. We get passive keyless entry. And then to the door panel here, power mirror controls, one-touch up and down windows, power door locks, memory seat function. This is how you open the door. If you don't have power for whatever reason, pull that there to get out. Headlamp controls are here. Power tilt telescoping steering wheel. And then, where's the hood release for this thing? Huh, I wonder if it's this. I'm gonna pull that there. Oh, there's a power switch there, so my bad. Love those pedals though, absolutely stunning. But if you don't have power again to get to the hood, you can do that. But literally there's a release, didn't see it. But there's the power driver's seat, two-way power lumbar support there. I want to give a huge thanks to Franklin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram here in Franklin, Tennessee for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get to the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now, sitting behind myself here, let's see the kind of space that we get. I mean, not bad, it's a coupe. My feet are getting just a bit crushed, but for the most part, you know, space is really good for this kind of car. Now back here, we do have 3-stage heated outboard seats. USB-C ports are there. This middle seat will fold down. Bottle holders are there. LED reading lights throughout. Let's get out of here. Oh, I gotta do that, okay. And you do get the seat back pockets on both sides, which is nice. If the door was closed, this would be kind of a hassle, but you know, it's not usually how coupes work, so not a big deal. Bottle holder, pretty good storage. There's a fuel filler there. Recommends 91 plus. And then to the back end, full LED tail lamps there. See exhaust. We'll look underneath. And then to release it from the back, you just hit this button. And I mean, pretty good space behind the second row. Top tethers are integrated on the back of the seats themselves. And then you have a tire inflator kit right there. And then if you want to set the lift gate, you can use that button there to adjust it. And then you also just use it to shut. Now as we come around to this passenger side, power seat here as well, two-way power lumbar support. Lockable glove compartment here. And then I'm going to show you all this window sticker. You can pause anywhere you need to if you want to take a closer look at anything. But $67,660 is the sticker price. Fuel economy numbers are decent for this kind of power, I think. But let's take a look at what's under the hood as we come back around to the front. But there she is, 3-liter twin turbo inline 6, high output, 550 horsepower. Just kind of wild, you think about it. Now before we hop in, I'm just gonna show the blinkers, put my seat back. But next, let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So this is one of my favorite features here. It's kind of showing you that blind spot. So if you're getting out of the car for whatever reason, you can see that when you open the door, which is pretty neat. But leather wrap steering wheel here. And there's the horn. Now over here to the screen itself, here's the home page. I have a few options there. And then we do have the AM, FM, XM radio along with the Bluetooth audio. And then we have wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. So those are actually the blind spot cameras when you have the blinker on. And it's crazy that takes up the whole screen. I wonder if there's a way that you can adjust that. I don't know, but maybe you can turn it off. I don't know. But I like having it there. Personally, I just think it's kind of wild it's not in the gauge cluster or something like that, but no big deal. Now, climate controls, you do get dual zone automatic, 3-stage heated cooled seats, 3-stage steering wheel as well for heat, which is nice. You have buttons down below here for pretty much everything: fan speed, fan direction, the temperature. The sync is the only thing that you have to go on the screen for. Pair your phone there. Vehicle settings are right in here, so if you want to adjust any of that, you can do that. Performance pages are here, as you would expect from an SRT or something like that, where you can see the gauges, the G-force. So I like that setup always. And then your settings over here if you want to change your language. And then if you want to change your units of measurement, scroll down here. You can do all of that individually. Apps are right in here if you want to go through any of that. Then your navigation system here. Now backup cameras here, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. I also like that you get the top-down view here, front camera as well, and the camera quality is some of the best I've seen on a vehicle, so I think that's pretty impressive. And down here, hazards, but you also have controls for the heated cooled seats over here, and then you can cut the screen off with that button there. Volume knob, tune knob, auto stop toggle, parking sensors, lane keeping system, traction control, launch control, 2 USB-C ports, and then a wireless charging pad here. And for the shifter, hit the brake, press in here, reverse, neutral, drive, and then you can activate the low gear as well. How do you do that? Oh, push the button in for low gear. Interesting. Bottle holders here, and then we have an electronic parking brake. Pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage. Center console cubby spaces here with a 12-volt. There's a look at the roof, back seat, and then over here, lights. You have the release for the cargo space. If you hit that twice, it'll open. And you have your SOS sunglasses holder here, garage door transmitter, and then we have the vanity mirror right here. Now back up front, left side stock, blinkers, wipers, and there's the fluid, and then high beams are there. Paddle shifters behind the steering wheel if you want to use those. And then we do have these 4 arrows in this button. This goes through the different views of the gauge cluster. So you can activate that. So a pretty neat setup. The tire pressure monitors are here, boost pressure, or oil life, excuse me. And then oil pressure, temperature, 12 volts, a ton of stuff in here. These sub-menus are crazy. Top speed, 21 miles per hour. We're gonna try and beat that today. And then Bluetooth, voice recognition. Over here we have the cruise control, so you get the adaptive going there, adjust the gap for that, and then the lane management, or driving assist with the lane management is on there. Set the speed, cancel, resume. And then these arrows go through your drive mode, so you can see sport, auto, wet, snow, custom. So we like to keep it in auto for the traction control. And then push button starts here. Heads up display right there. And then here's the key fob with remote start. But now for the fun part, let's go ahead and take this 2026 Charger 6-Pack Plus out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Charger Scat Pack here, this thing is so quick, so much fun to drive. You have an all-wheel drive system here, so it just makes it that much more agile, especially in weather like this, to get this thing going. And I'm really excited about pushing this thing. And the twin turbo inline six, it just, the way it pulls, the way it sounds, just so much fun. It's such a just awesome car in general. But the overall space in here is good. I like the feel from behind the wheel, and it really goes to show just how good of a job that Dodge did with the Charger EV. This feels just like the Charger EV, and just the sounds, the overall pull, just the feel in general. I feel like I'm in a Charger EV. I just feel, you know, like I'm still in that car. Obviously I have a gas powered engine, I have a true exhaust, but that's how good Dodge did with putting the EV Charger together. So this 6-pack engine is a bit more raw, a bit more real, but I like both of them quite a bit. Now the ride quality itself, I mean, it's still pretty good. It's a sports car, it's performance oriented, so it's still somewhat stiff, but honestly, it drives like the Charger EV did again, and that was a pretty good driving car. I like how this feels. I like how it drives. It's a Charger. It feels like a Mustang. It feels like a Camaro, but in all the good ways, in my opinion. Now this engine choice, what makes it really interesting is it's an inline six. It's not like you have a V6, but it allows for those turbos to really put in work, and that's how you're able to get 550 horsepower out of a Scat Pack here. The V8 Scat Pack wasn't pushing that much in the outgoing Challenger, so I'm excited to give this thing a pull getting on the interstate. So I'm blessed and highly favored today. No one is around me at all, which never happens. But I'm gonna stop this thing and floor it. Here we go. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, that was enjoyable. Now I want to give one more thanks to Franklin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram here in Franklin, Tennessee for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. I mean, ride quality is great on the interstate, relatively quiet. But yeah, where this thing really shines is going to be this. This powertrain is nuts, man. Oh man, flooring that thing down the ramp was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Just fantastic, so much fun, so much power there. It's just a freaking awesome car. Now for the money, you get just a solid car. I mean, it's almost 70 grand, but I'm not even tripping on that because this is a true sports car. Say what you will about it being a Charger. I think it brings a lot to the table. The performance is phenomenal. The looks are great. The interior feels premium. I just don't have anything to complain about with this car. It's more expensive than an older Scat Pack, yes, but you get so much more with this Scat Pack, and that's what you're paying for. And with 550 horsepower coming from a twin turbo inline six, I guarantee you will not be disappointed, even if you're coming from an old Scat Pack. So all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Dodge Charger Scat Pack Plus.